Marisol, it's absolutely phenomenal and incredible at what I thought I married and what you weren't. Never, ever. But the main thing that I look at is the destruction that you've done in especially my boys' lives. Between the two of them, Isaac. I talked to quite a few of their friends. That are friends through Facebook, and it's mind blowing. The pain that those two boys are in. It's mind blowing. And the thing that's even more mind blowing is that you just don't give a fuck. I was talking to one of them. It happened to be a girl. And she was telling me about how Isaac would just talk about me. And how much he missed me in his life and everything. And so much so that in the way the conversation went, that she was actually concerned for him, that he might do something freaking crazy. And and I look at his Facebook pages and all that, and all he talks about is how much he hates school and hates this and that, and it's just I look at his pictures, and as his father, I can see into his soul, and I see the freaking hurt. It just blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. And you do nothing. Nothing. Just let him, and Christian also. Katya, all three are hurting. You don't even see it. You just let them believe the lies that you shared with them about me. But I firmly believe the day will come when they'll wake up. But it's interesting. I'm going to share with you one of the biggest prayers that I have in relation to my boys and Katya. Because all I try to do is get into their lives. And you've poisoned them between you and your parents, probably, and your brothers, and Juan Pena, the son of a bitch, and his wife, the whore. Yeah, and you can tell them that too. So she got pregnant out of marriage with an evangelist, him. Just scumbags. But anyway, the Sabillons, between all of you. Yeah, I saw the postings that the Sabillons and the Peñas put on Katya's link and all that thumbs up when Katya made the comments about me, her father. It just blows me away. Absolutely. But see, I'm different. See, when I read what they write, what they wrote on their Facebook pages, I see something you don't. I see something they don't. I see the fucking pain they're in. It comes into my heart. It tears me apart. And you do nothing. Nothing. You let them grow up with that in their hearts. It freaking freaks me out. You let them grow up with that in their hearts. You know what I pray? You would never guess in a million years. You would never guess in a million years. My top prayer in relation to my boys and Katya is this. That the day they wake up to the reality of what you did, of the day that they wake up into the reality that even here in Colombia, I'm trying to get into their lives and the damage that you've done to their hearts, to their souls. But the day that they wake up to that, and that they realize to themselves the guilt that they will have for how they treated their father. My prayer is only one in that area, and that is that I am still alive. Because if I'm not alive, even though I don't hold anything against them whatsoever in any way, shape, or form, no anger, no nothing, all I do is love them. I just think of them having to live the rest of their lives knowing of what they did to their father. Even though right now I say to them that I love them and I forgive them. I have nothing against them. But they will have to live with that. That's why in my own personal life, I'm so glad that I was able to get it together with my own personal father before he died. It just blows me away. I mean, my question to you is, what the hell do you see when you look in the mirror? What do you see when you look at the mirror at yourself? I mean, it just absolutely astonishes me. But what astonishes me more is that you think you're going to go before Yeshua Mashiach and go walking into the pearly gates. How deceived you are. How deceived you are. But until the day that I take my last breath, I will do everything that I can to get into my boys' and my daughter's life. That's a promise. That's a promise. Blows me away. Yeah, just like I think I've already mentioned this in one of the videos before, messages that I've sent you, is how the word got back to me that in order for you to justify the freaking abomination of a divorce that you did, go around telling people one of the reasons that you wanted the divorce was because I was into perverted sex. That blows me away. Blows me away. Because, I look at our sex life and what was it, when people understand and hear the whole story about sex with you, because they say, well, you had 3 kids. Well, that can happen and you can squirt in 15 seconds. If you think having 3 kids means you had a great sex life, boy, you are ignorant. But anyway, and I think about it, and I think about our sex life, and I go, well, where could it be perverted? Where was it perverted? I mean, was it perverted when you would get on top of me and you'd start yelling, homosexual, you're this, that, and you're calling me names and all that? I mean, that's perverted. I agree with that. That's perverted. I mean, I don't know that you get off on that. I don't know. Well, it couldn't be oral sex. I thought, well, could it be oral sex? I said, no, it can't be oral sex because before we got married, you gave me oral sex in order to prove to yourself, according to what you told me back then, that you gave me oral sex because you wanted to prove to yourself that you didn't have any sexual problems. In which I told you, well, you didn't need to do that. I didn't think that you had any. I believed what you had told me in relation to the fact that with Michael, your first husband, you didn't even consummate. He never even had sex with you in the 7 years of marriage. For the first 3.5 years, he never even touched you. Those were your words, not mine. And I look at that and I realize the unbelievableness, the fraud that you committed against me, the lies, the everything. Really, I believe that the reason you committed oral sex on me was to entrap me into the marriage. When I look now, and really, it's just like right after we got married, you'd say to me that unless you got pregnant immediately, you'd never have sex with me again. Right? That's right after we got, first couple days of getting back from the honeymoon. Unbelievable. I look at all this. Unbelievable. What the hell did I marry? That's for sure. But you know what? Your judgment's coming. I may not see my kids before I die. That may happen. I realize that. But you know what? Yeshua's promised me while I was in jail there at Tulsa that I would spend my eternity. They would spend eternity with me. I live on those words. Those words carry me from one day to the next many, many times. But I will not give up. That's why I work almost 20 hours a day. Some days I sleep for 40 hours. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're nowhere of a mother to them three, because a mother would not do what you've done to her children. I don't know what you are. I have no way of defining the monstrosity that I see in you. That's a reality. The hypocrisy of you going to your Christian church every Sunday, etc. And gosh almighty, and hallelujah, hallelujah, and all this, and look at you, the inside of you, filth in every way, shape, or form. Unbelievable. But I believe, and I confess, and I believe that I will be with my kids again here upon this earth. Unbelievable. I mean, they don't even know their grandfather died. It's unbelievable. You don't even have them once in a while call their grandmother. She's unbelievable. Who are you? You can go around with all your friends and say, one thing's for sure, I'll tell you this, you'll never get married again. You'll never get married again for one very simple reason. Your sexual problems are going to carry right over into the next marriage, because they didn't have anything to do with me. They don't have anything to do with Michael Henstill, your first husband. They got everything to do with your father. I know it. And if that son of a bitch was in front of me, I'd tell it to his face. I know it. I believe it. It's just like, gosh, it's just like you know it. But see, you won't get married again because, see, your problems are going to continue in that arena. And next time around, mighty soul, how are you going to blame it on him? But naturally, you got to, because if you don't, then you have to face up to the fact that you're screwed up in that arena. And believe me, that is some place you don't want to go to. But you need to in order to get healed, because you got major sexual problems with men, the two husbands. You got major sexual problems, so you won't get married again, mighty soul, because you can't pass it on to the next one, like you did from Michael to me, that it was all my fault. Next time around, you can't, and you know it, and I know it. So you'll stay single. And I really don't give a damn. I like the old Clark Gable in the Gone with the Wind at the end when he says, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It just fits so perfectly. Why do I do these videos once in a while and send them to you? Because as a witness against you. For the day will come. There'll be a witness to, who knows, maybe there'll be a witness against you at your judgment when you're before Yeshua. I'm a shaykh. You know, I even ask him at times to have mercy upon you. Interesting, though, isn't it? Have I forgiven you? Yeah, I've forgiven you for everything you've done. Does it hurt? Yeah, it hurts like a bitch. No question about it. Because I trusted you with everything when I married you. Everything I trusted you. It was the only way I could marry you. If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't have married you. And you took that trust and you... wow, you know what you did with it, and you go off, and you know, and it's just mind blowing. And then you got Juan Pena, and I think I'm going to send him this, just like the Sabillons. Juan Pena, who, according to what you told me, you were sexually attracted to him, and then you would ask me why I wasn't concerned. Hell, I wasn't concerned. I knew you weren't going to do anything with him. Shit, you got to be kidding. You're going to go out and screw somebody? That wasn't going to happen. Okay, period. It wasn't going to happen, and I knew it. That's why I wasn't concerned. But then that son of a bitch did what he did on the Facebook. And yeah, Juan Pena, since you're getting this, yeah, that's what you are. Yeah, you're a fornicator. You fornicated. You got a girl pregnant. And my story is you screwed around with a few of them. It wasn't just the one you ended up marrying, and you ended up having to marry her because you got her pregnant.